Hello everybody, David Beers here with 39 Minute Workout. Today I'm going to talk about the foundational movements. So this is an idea I created that really is going to help my athletes become better athletes and my folks out there who are scared to get exercising. I'm going to teach you how to go from the couch to the gym and have extraordinary results. So I'm making this video largely because I hear a lot of clients. I joke, I would say you're not the oldest and you're not the most out of shape person I've ever worked with. And I say that because so many people every week I meet people who have this feeling like, oh my God, I've been out of the gym for 15 years. I'm the only, I must be the most out of shape person in the world. And it's just not true. And the reality is waiting one more day isn't gonna make it any better. So let's learn how to fix your body, make it more athletic and help you burn fat and get leaner. For my athletes, I'm saying athlete, for my folks who are like already working out, already doing maybe gym routines or at-home strength routines, if you're not getting the results you expect, the foundational movements are going to amplify your results by a ton, because I'm going to show you how far you can take them. For me, this was more my issue. In my late 20s, I was working out like I did as a teenager, and it wasn't working. My back was jacked up, I had neck problems, I had pretty poor muscle development. I wasn't as strong as I think. I just turned 40 this week and I literally feel like I look and move better than I did in my late 20s. I did that through getting excellent at the foundational movements and then getting more athletic through kettlebell movements. So for both of you, you're gonna learn something today. If you're not working out right now, there's two big problems. One is weakness and the other is inflexibility or immobility. They're both bad together. They're a bad combo. The foundation movements are gonna fix this combo. You need to get both limber or mobile and stronger at the same time, okay? What does this look like? Let me talk about that. So basically, if you get immobile, a lot of times what happens from sitting at a desk like this upper back called your thoracic gets really tight. It basically makes your back not move there. And so when you go to put something up overhead, let's say like an overhead bin, you can literally tear your rotator cuff, do damage in the rotator cuff because your back isn't flexible and mobile. Or your hips aren't mobile, and so when you go to squat, when you go to pick something up off the ground, you're unnaturally moving your spine, your low back, in ways that it doesn't want to move. So we have this weird combo of like, you're really tight here, but then you're not strong in the big muscles. And so the combo of weak and inflexible makes for a body that gets injured very easily. It also means when you go to work out, you're not efficient and you're not gonna make gains. You're not gonna burn the kind of fat that you really want to. What a lot of people do is they go pick a safe routine and they start running. Folks, if you can't do basic foundational movements I'm showing you today, you should not run. I absolutely stand by that. And if you want to run, build the core strength movements first and then become a runner, okay? So let's talk about what are the 4 foundational movements. Now they're very basic, at least the first 2 are very basic, but I'm gonna show you why you need to perfect them and then the cool stuff that you can start doing once you get there. And the last thing I'm gonna say before I start showing the moves is I have seen people literally who've been out of the gym for 10, 15 years come in and in like 6 weeks be able to do these advanced drills. So don't think this is something like a year down the road. I'm talking something you could probably do in the next 6 to 8 weeks, even if you haven't been working out. All right, so I'm gonna start with the simplest moves. The first foundational movement is our pressing motions. In a press, our core is tight, and we need to press and lock out to where our shoulder is able to do this. My arm is locked out and next to my head. If you take your arm up over your head and you can't currently get there without doing something funky and unnatural, it means your upper back's really tight and your shoulder is gonna get injured. So we gotta fix that, we gotta get mobile. So that's our one press. Our other press, I can't show it right now, is lay back on our back and press straight out in front of us, or do a push-up and do the same thing. Our pressing muscles are gonna build our pec muscles, our triceps, and our shoulders, which are all very important. A lot of women especially complain about the flabby upper arm. You've got to press. You've got to press. I've done other exercise videos saying, do this, don't do that. I talk about why all the little isolation exercises never touch foundational movements of overhead pressing and pressing in front of you, and why it's so much better. Okay, the next motion, the next basic movement is pulling towards us, okay? So picking up something heavy and walking with it, or picking up a child and pulling it towards you, or picking up furniture. So I'm just gonna show you the most basic row there is. You're gonna put your elbow to your knee and you're going to row or pull that weight towards you. Again, now I'm developing strength in my back and my front, so that this whole area, my hips and my shoulders, I want to make strong and powerful. Okay, so that's movement number 2. Movement number 3 is the squat. A lot of folks say squats are bad for me. Squats are bad for you if you're doing them wrong. If you plan on sitting down or climbing steps the rest of your life, you gotta learn how to squat well, okay? So a squat is our next primary movement, foundational movement, and that is just sitting down in a way where our elbows are gonna direct towards our knees. If you're squatting like this currently, where you're pitching over, it's not a squat, it's not being done correctly, it's not safe. So we wanna get you to, and this is probably, of the 4, the most important one to perfect, because it's gonna save your knees and ankles and low back long term. The last one, which is probably the one that most people don't know, is called a hip hinge or a deadlift. A hip hinge is a motion where our spine is staying nice and stable, nice and straight, or arched this way, not this way, this is dangerous, this way, and then we pick something up off the ground, or this is the same thing as a running or sprinting motion where we're driving with our hamstring and our booty. So a hip hinge in motion is what the kettlebell swing is. And a kettlebell swing is a motion I teach completely unfit people who haven't been working out in about 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So this might look complicated. It really isn't. It's such a basic foundational movement. Chest to the floor, snap, using your butt muscle and your hamstring. Muscles that should be strong. Put those 4 motions together, recreate your body, get your core strong, your shoulders and your hips powerful and mobile at the same time, and then we can make something happen, okay? Now I'm just gonna show you a flash forward to what can happen in anywhere from, let's say, a month to 2 month to 3 month period. And I'll show you some of the more advanced stuff you can do with this once you get good at it, okay? And I've got clients up into their 70s doing these motions, so don't be freaked out, okay? So let's start with what I call a thruster. Okay, so this is putting 2 moves together, a squat and a press. So a squat and a press. Great core control, spine's totally protected, pressing and squatting motions all in one. Phenomenal athletic movement. The next one, seesaw presses. I'm showing core control and a repeated pressing motion. Now I'm gonna show some advanced stuff that's gonna put together hip hinging, core control, and upper back like rowing motions. Okay, so that put together a ton of stuff. When I started learning these movements, my low back problems from an injury as a kid were gone. I don't have them anymore. I've taken clients with a history of back problems and fixed their bodies by teaching them these movements, building the foundational movements. Let me show you a couple more. So the next one's a little more advanced, called a snatch. So now we're sort of working on a whole lot of muscles all at once. Now that's not beginner kettlebell stuff, that's the advanced stuff. But you learn all these movements, you start to put them together and compound many muscles at one time movements. And you've taken what we call the foundational movements, those 4 simple moves, and turned into something completely whole body, completely intense. You see in a couple of moves, it's hard for me to even breathe and talk at the same time, because you get the heart rate up really fast, and what does that do? Transforms your body in a small amount of time and burns a mess of fat. So that's the deal. If you're looking for an awesome challenge, I'm running a kettlebell breakthrough challenge. We literally have 2 more days to sign up. I have an online version and a local version in Ellicott City, Maryland. You can go to 39minuteworkout.com/breakthrough, or the online version where you can do from your home anywhere in the world. I can put that in the thread below so you see it. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.